for this experiment, we're going to be exploring what is called the capillary action. And what that means is, in these stems of these carnations, there's little tubes that carry food and water up into the flower head. And we're going to use some food coloring to see how that works, see if we can get them to change color. So I'm in an unused corner of my house here so that I'm not going to knock these over, because food coloring does stain and it will make a mess. Okay, so we're going to start with 3 primary colors, and we're going to end up with 3 secondary colors by mixing together our primary colors. So I have yellow, blue, and red. We're going to put about 10 or 12 drops of the yellow here, and then here I'm only going to use, let's say, 6, so about half that many. And then I'm going to go on to my blue. 11, 12, and then 6 here. And then 6 blue here. We're going to move on to my red. And I'm going to do 6 with the blue. And then 12 by themselves here. And then 6 here. And then I'm going to go back to my yellow, so it's just kind of a big circle here. And about 6 drops of the yellow here. Give these all a mix and see what colors we end up with. So if you remember, this one should just be yellow. Yep, that looks yellow. Looks a little darker because of the green towel I have underneath here to catch any spills. But and this was blue and yellow. Just blue. So this one looks very blue. And if you can see here, blue and yellow makes green. This one is blue and red. And this one is just red. So you can see that it's very red. But what's blue and red make? That makes purple. And these are going to be easier to see once they soak up into the flowers. And then here we have yellow and red. And it's a little hard to see again because of the green towel, but yellow and red make orange. So we're going to put our flowers in here, 1 in each, and the only thing I've done to these is I cut the stems to fit my glasses, and I cut them at an angle. And always make sure that you're safe and get an adult's help with this. But I cut them at an angle to open up more of those tubes. Get those tubes open a little wider so this will soak up. And we're going to check this experiment again in 2 hours, and then we're going to let it sit overnight and check it in the morning. Okay. Alright, we're back this morning with the color changing flowers, and if you guys remember, we started with primary colors and combined some of those to make some secondary colors, and we're getting some pretty neat colors here. They will continue to darken the longer you leave them in there, so I'm going to leave them in there for another day or 2 just to see what happens. So if you remember, this one's going to be hard to see on camera, but that is turning yellow. And moved on to blue and yellow together makes green, and you can see on the edges of the petals where it's already starting to turn green. The regular blue one, I think, is the prettiest one so far. Our blue and red together is starting to turn purple here. It's a pretty dark purple, but it'll continue to suck up more of that color through the capillary action that we talked about, the wicking action. And then here we have the plain red. You can see it's already starting to turn the edges. And then back to our orange, and again, that one's really light so far, and so we'll see what that looks like in another couple of days. But this one is super pretty, and you can get some flowers and do this for your parents and put it in a little vase for them, and it'll be a nice little gift. So enjoy, guys. Alright, here we are on day number 4 for our color changing flowers, and I'm going to get up close. You can see they're a lot more colorful this time. Again, the yellow is going to be hard to see, so I'm going to put it over the cardboard here. Maybe if you can see the colors a little better. There you go. You can see just the edges are starting to get really yellow. And the green. And the blue is still my favorite. That picked up a lot of color really nicely. Purple. Take this one out too, and maybe you can see it a little better. It's a little on the bluer side of purple, but it's still more purple than the plain blue one. And the red one, just kind of light in the middle, so it's kind of pink now. And the one that kind of surprised me the most was the orange ones actually starting to show up pretty nice too. So I'm just going to leave these flowers in here until they're getting kind of dead and wilted and sad looking, and then I'll throw them out. But there's your color changing flowers, and you guys had a chance to learn a lot about the capillary action of flower stems.